going on, everybody out there? This is Popular Stranger, and I'm back at you again today with another MLB 15 The Show Diamond Dynasty video. Once again, time for another edition of This Week in Major League Baseball, our series here on YouTube, where we talk about everything going on in the major leagues over Diamond Dynasty online gameplay. Let's jump right on into the news. Last night, we almost had our third no-hitter of the year. Carlos Carrasco from the Cleveland Indians goes 8 2/3 innings pitched, gives up a hit with 2 outs and 2 strikes in the 9th inning against the Tampa Bay Rays. It was sad to see him not get that. He was a good sport about it. He was all smiles after he gave it up. I only was able to catch the 8th and 9th inning, but from what I saw, he had those hitters fooled, and I don't know what's going on with the Rays. If I got any Rays fans watching this video, let me know. Why is your team almost being no-hit so often? I mean, Monday, the Indians, this whole series, the Indians, I should say, Monday, Cody Anderson goes and retires the first 19 batters he faces against the Rays. The next day, Danny Salazar goes into the 6th inning with a no-hitter. Last week, or 2 weeks ago, Marco Estrada from the Blue Jays almost no-hit the Rays. I mean, what's going on with your team, Rays fans? Let me know, and we'll keep it on the Rays news and keep it with pitching. Matt Moore is going to make his return off the DL today, and a couple other guys as well. Matt Cain from the Giants and Jose Fernandez. Good to see those guys come back. It's always good. I always root for guys who had big injuries or have to miss a big time or extended time of baseball, come back and hopefully do well. Jose Fernandez, obviously the young phenom. I'm a big fan of his. I can't wait to see him return, and hopefully he has a good outing today and can stay healthy for the rest of his career. So, a question that a lot of people have asked me in the comment section last week's video and over the last couple videos for the show that I have dropped is, who would be your all-star team? And I thought that was a really good question. So with the rosters being announced this Sunday, I thought this is a perfect time to give you guys my list of all-stars. We'll go over both leagues. And don't get mad at me. This is just my opinion. I would like you to leave yours in the comment section as well of who you feel should be in the all-star game. Let's jump right into it. So in the American League, we'll start there. At catcher, I would put Stephen Vogt. He just gets the I watched him play a lot of games test for me. I didn't really compare his numbers to some of the other guys that could oppose him, but I just like Stephen Vogt. At first base, I would go with Miguel Cabrera. Second base, Jason Kipnis. He is well deserving of starting there. At third base, Josh Donaldson. At shortstop, now this one, you guys probably disagree with me, and this is a little of a shocker, but I would go with Carlos Correa, and I'll tell you why. He hasn't played as many games as all the other candidates in the American League at shortstop, and still he ranks up there at home runs, on-base percentage, and RBI in basically half the games that these other guys have played. So that's why I would give him the nod. If I couldn't go with him because of the minimum amount of games played, I'd probably pick Xander Bogaerts over Alcides Escobar. He just has more runs batted in. I believe he has more home runs, and I think their averages were very, very similar. So that's who I would go with at shortstop, is Carlos Correa from the Houston Astros. In the American League, in the outfield, now I'm not going to be breaking these down by, center, left, and right. I'm just giving you 3 outfielders. I would go with Nelson Cruz, Michael Brantley, and Mike Trout. Brantley can do it all. I don't think he gets enough respect. Him and Kipnis both from the Indians. Mike Trout, obviously, and Nelson Cruz just been crushing the ball all season. So those are my 3 outfielders. If I gave you some honorable mentions, I'd probably give you Cespedes and Bautista from the Blue Jays. So that is my American League All-Stars. I didn't really get into pitching. I'm coming with this off the top of my head. For the American League pitchers, I'd probably put Dallas Keuchel in there to be the starter. I don't know who will be the starter, but literally just thought of that off the top of my head. Without giving any stats, I think for you guys who watch my videos, that shouldn't be a surprise. So, in the NL at catcher, I'd go with Buster Posey. At first base, as much as I wanted to go with Anthony Rizzo, Paul Goldschmidt obviously deserves to be the starter at first base, so we'll go with him. D. Gordon at second base. At third base, I would pick Nolan Arenado, obviously, for obvious reasons. You guys know why. I could also make a case for Todd Frzier, though, because he has very, very good numbers. The All-Star game is being played at his park. So I could see him starting, but I'm going to pick Nolan. At shortstop, this is an interesting decision. I would go with Brandon Crawford. I mean, I compared him, Johnny Peralta, and Tulo. Tulo has the better average. Crawford and Peralta are both tied at 11 home runs. Crawford has more RBIs by far with 57, and on-base percentage slightly goes to Peralta. So I would go with Brandon Crawford. In my outfield, Bryce Harper, Giancarlo Stanton, and Justin Upton. Though Stanton is injured, so I'd probably say Starling Marte would take his spot as far as injury goes. And pitching, I'd probably just go with Bumgarner because, again, it's off the top of my head. I hope you guys enjoyed the gameplay. I'm out. Peace.